Tassie road trip. Oh, I knew I was going to enjoy Tasmania, but I was not expecting to fall in love with this island as much as I did. The scenery, the people, the food, it was just so good. Actually, it's one of my favorite places I've been to in Australia, and do not miss this lovable destination. FootLuce Adventures and I rented a car for 12 days to travel all the way around the island, and what an adventure it was. Our journey began with a flight into Hobart, and believe me, do not forget fruit in your checked-in luggage. I forgot an apple and got hit with a $770 fine. So, Colombia has drug dogs. Tasmania has fruit-sniffing dogs, and they will sniff it out. Sometimes you just get lucky, and we lucked out with arriving right before the Taste of Tasmania and New Year's. So we were there for New Year's Eve and saw all the ships rolling in from the sailing competition that came from Sydney to Hobart. It was amazing, and I will say this, yachties can party. It was good fun, beautiful weather, and the best time to visit is during the dead of summertime. So while in Tasmania, Airbnb for the win. Go Airbnb, because the people you meet are some of the nicest hosts I've ever had with Airbnb. Such lovely people, you can't beat it. And it's an experience all by itself. When it came to renting our car, look no further than AAA car rentals in Hobart. It is amazing, seriously. Paul, who runs it, it's a family-owned business. They got the best rates in town. All right, so after Hobart, your next stop will be Richmond. And the main things to see in this small little town are a convict-built bridge and the Richmond Bakery to have the famous scallop shepherd's pie. Yum, yum, yum. Alright, so we started heading east toward Port Arthur, and there are some amazing spots along the way. Just keep your eyes open and get ready to pull over. It's breathtaking. Once we arrived in the Tasman Peninsula, it was a smorgasbord of beauty and nature. So many hikes that you can do, up to 300-meter high cliffs. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I can't express it enough. The Cape hikes were magical and one of the highlights of this trip for me. They were amazing. So the three Cape hike tour that you can do with a guide is expensive. Woo-hoo-hoo! Very expensive. I recommend just doing it solo. Get maps.me down on your phone, download the map for the area of Tasmania, and follow the dang map. It's that simple, and the hikes are breathtaking. One of the coolest things to see along the Cape hikes was the totem pole climbing area. So this straight up piece of rock they call the totem pole is one of the most famous places to go hiking or climbing. And it was so cool to see climbers on it as we got there for the hike. Oh man, just crazy, crazy, crazy. So the other big draw for Port Arthur is a Port Arthur prison. And we decided to go for the ghost tour. Well, in hindsight, this was not smart. Do not go on the ghost tour if you don't believe in ghosts. You're not going to have as much fun. Just go during the day. We made the mistake, but it was still beautiful and amazing to see. After 3 amazing hikes in the Tasman Peninsula, it was time for us to move on. So we started driving up north towards Maria Island. Maria Island is this beautiful island off the coast of Tasmania. Amazing hikes, nature, a old convict prison on it, lots of history. Highly recommend it. And the painted cliffs are something I've never seen anywhere else in the world. After Maria Island, it was time for my favorite part of the entire trip, Freynet National Park, where Wineglass Bay is, and it is breathtaking. We did a hike up Mount Amos, and it was difficult, really vertical, nothing but bare rock, but wow, the views were so good. Now, you don't have to be an expert climber to do this. Really, honest to God, if you're pretty physically fit, you got this. Just don't give up. Another thing to keep in mind is during Christmas is the busy season for Tasmania. So camping is a must because you're not always going to find accommodations. The great thing is AAA rental cars lets you borrow their camping equipment for free. We got a tent, air mattress, sleeping bags, a stove, gas to cook on the stove, pot, a water jug. Amazing, just amazing. One word, free. Free campsites are everywhere in Tasmania. It is amazing. Oh, I love it. And I will neither confirm nor deny skinny dipping in a lake while camping. After Freycinet National Park, we headed further up north, heading towards the Bay of Fire, but ended up stopping at the little town of Bacino, and boy was it worth it. Beautiful turquoise waters, great beach. I highly recommend stopping there on your way up north. So the furthest north point we went was the Bay of Fire's rustic colored massive boulders in this turquoise blue water. It was beautiful, and especially during sunset. So set your alarm, or sunrise. So set your alarm. After the Bay of Fires, we headed west towards Cradle Mountain, but stopped, had some amazing stops along the way. We found a raspberry farm, had a cup of raspberry tea, and played a game of chess. And then went to an amazing honey farm where you can test every type of honey you can think of. Pistachio honey, Cajun honey, so many honeys, I can't even name them all. Do not miss this place, and lovely, lovely owners. After a nice little drive, we arrived at Cradle Mountain, and the most famous hikes of Tasmania are here. Strenuous, straight up over boulders, very rocky, hard to traverse areas, and oh, the views, just, I can't describe it in words. Just beautiful, beautiful. It is well worth it and a not miss while visiting Tasmania. While in Cradle Mountain, make sure to stop at the Tasmanian Devil Sanctuary. These cute little lovable things. Ah, I loved it. Ah, do not miss this place. Well worth the money. And our final stop, once we arrived back in Hobart, was Mount Wellington. Ho ho ho. You're so high up over Hobart, looking over all the bays, water on each side of you. I could just sit up there for hours, if the wind's not blowing your hair off. So in conclusion, what was gonna be just a normal road trip turned into one of my favorite places during this entire trip. The people, the scenery, the atmosphere, I just loved it. And I highly, highly, highly recommend anyone to go visit Tasmania. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know you are enjoying these. Again, not making any money from this. But, as always, stay happy, stay healthy. I'll see you around, my friends.